Namaste children. This is Santosh. Today I'm just going to start up a new lesson from 8th standard NCERT cbse. Okay. So before we start up the lesson, today I'll just go with the part 1. So the first lesson of your syllabus or English subject, it will be having more than 4 to 5 parts. So before going to the lesson, I'll just briefly tell you a few things. Here, whenever it will be an eve or any occasion or any celebration, we people will definitely force our parents to bring something else. For example, so if you are going to celebrate your birthday, so you'll be demanding your parents to bring something else. So you will demand a particular thing should be gifted. So in the same way, there are few other people, those who will not expect the valuable things or even very expensive things. There are few even people, those who will expect, those who will be waiting for something which is written. For example, if you go 20 or 30 years ago, our parents or even our elders, they were waiting for the letter. They were waiting for telegram. So that was the mean of communication. So nowadays, what we people do, we will be expecting, we'll be waiting for a call or a message. In the same way, 20, 30 years ago, people were expecting and they were waiting for a telegram or a letter. In the same way, here we have a story, a lady, one who was waiting for the letter of her husband. And obviously we know that the condition of soldiers, whenever we talk about soldiers, especially in India, I'll talk about, Indian soldier, the parents will send their child with a very sorrowful or even with a cry. We can't even see the situation of parents when they send their children to army. The reason behind? We don't know. They fight in the warfield. We are not sure that they come back. We are not sure. But they support and they protect the countrymen. They protect those who are staying in the country. They stay at the border and they protect the country. The same way, here, a lady, one who is the wife of a soldier, and the soldier, every time he used to write a letter, and the lady was expecting and she was, desirably waiting for the letter of her husband. This is what the story. So here, the letter, what the lady was expecting was the gift. And the present what we talk about. Name of the lesson is the best Christmas present. The best Christmas present. This is what the name of the lesson and written by Michael Marpogo. And he is the narrator of this story. So he is going to narrate the story here, what actually happened. And he is a major character. Wherever the lesson will be having a pronoun I belong to Michael Morpogo. Okay, fine. So students, here Michael Morpogo, he started the lesson with a different situation where it was a Christmas Eve or celebration or the festival. So he was looking for something to be brought for the Christmas Eve, and he thought of, let me bring a desk or even a table. So he didn't have much money, but he thought of let me get a second hand or even used table to my home on Christmas Eve. So he just started moving out of the place, and there is a place called Brightport. It's a place, Brightport, where Michael Murpurgo was staying, and Brightport. In Brightport, what he has done, he started moving into the city, outside. He was staying there only. So he started looking into the street. He started looking into other shops, furniture shop. Everywhere he just looked, and he finally found a shop where he could find he could get a reasonable rate table. So finally he got a table which was very old, and it was having 4 legs. Obviously all tables will be having 4 legs, but there was a leg to the table. It was clumsy. It was completely clumsy, like it was in the curve shape. The remaining 4 legs were straight actually. The remaining 4 legs were straight, but this the one among these 4 legs was clumsy. So anyhow, so he thought, let me take out this table with reasonable price. So he has given the money to the shop owner. So he purchased that table. He carried it to his home. So where he was searching, actually he was staying in Brightport. It was in the 19th century, and the table was made up of oak tree or oak wood, what we talk about, oak wood. So he just carried the table to the home, and later he thought of get it repaired. He was knowing little bit to get it repaired. So he started looking at each and every corner of the table. He just tried to pull out the drawers. He just started looking to the legs and everything. He started verification, what we talk about. We'll just check out. He checked in the shop, and thereafter carrying to home. Again he started to verify it. So he started pulling out the drawers, and there were 3 drawers, and finally the last drawer was it was stuck. He tried a lot to pull it out. So he was unable to, but he has used the complete strength, and he pulled it out. And there was a black tin box in the last drawer. In the last drawer, there was a black tin box, and this black tin box was there in the secret. It was in the secret box. He was shocked. This shop owner of this furniture shop, I think he might have forgotten to take out the drawer or even this box, secret box. So he has sold it out. Okay, finally he just pulled it out and got the black tin box. That curiosity, whenever we get something strange, we'll be cleaning our home on the occasion of some Deepavali, local festivals, will be exciting to find out something else. And if we get any strange things, we'll be excited. Wow, something is. Yeah, in the same way he got black tin box. The curiosity in him, made him to open it. He just opened it. After opening the black tin box, the secret box, he got to know that there was a letter, Jim's last letter, received on January 25th, 1915. So he's just talking about the year 1915. There was a letter which has been written on the top. Where it has been written like Jim's last letter received on Jan 25th, 1950. He was shocked. What is this letter? I'm confused. So finally he thought, okay, whatever it may be, but after seeing this one, Jim's last letter received on Jan 25th, 1915, there was one more letter. There was one more address on the letter. The letter was having address to. This is what the from we can consider as from, and the true address was, what is it? Mrs. Jim Macpherson. Mrs. Jim Macpherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Brightport, Dorset. This is what the place address. and later he just opened up this, the letter which was there, he just opened up. There was an envelope. Again, envelope. Envelope means it is just like what we talk about inland letters. So the curiosity made him to open the letter, the envelope. He just opened it. After opening, he found something has been written over there with pencil. With pencil. And that letter was written on December 26, 1914. So it means we can finally consider the letter was written on December 26, 1914. This was the story he has written, but it was received on January 25th, 1915. Today is totally different. The day I'll tell you later. The writer or the narrator, what we talk about, Michael Marcogo, was confused. I purchased this table, and at the last drawer of the table there was a black tin box which was known as a secret box, and this box was having a letter which has been written as Jim's last letter, received on Jan 25th, and the true address was Mrs. Jim Macpherson. Completely different. So it was written in pencil, December 26, 1914. Who has written this letter? So as for this letter was written by Jim. And who is Jim? Jim Macpherson was a soldier. Jim Macpherson was a soldier, and he has written a letter regarding the story of every year. Usually we celebrate Christmas on December 25th. So Jim Macpherson, what he has done, he has written the story of December 25th on December 26th. The same story, something might have happened over there. On December 25th, something might have happened. The same incident he has written on December 26th. To whom he has written? He has written to his wife, Mrs. Jim Macpherson. The same story. He wanted to share something, happiness. He wanted to share something, the happiness he wanted to share with. And he was a soldier. He was a soldier. He was known as Tommy. What do you mean by Tommy? Tommy means the soldier one who is working with the British troop, or even English soldiers. We consider English soldier. And there was even Fritz. Fritz means German soldier. So we can easily find out Jim Macpherson was a Tommy. Jim Macpherson was a Tommy. Tommy means English soldier, and he was protecting his country from Fritz. Fritz means German soldiers. There was a bad attack, there was a bad attack from Germans to Britain. That's what he was a soldier. Tommy was a soldier, and Jim Macpherson was a soldier who was belonging to British troop, and he was protecting his country from Fritz. But there was an incident between this Fritz and Tommy on December 25th. The same incident means how they enjoyed this day. Means only Fritz and Tommy, these two troops, how they enjoyed their day of December 25th. This is what the story he has written in his letter on December 26, 1914. This letter was received on January 25th. Okay students, this is what the part 1. I just have given you the introduction. The next part will continue with the next session. Thank you.